Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And Verizon has another partnership. This go around, it's going to be with Verizon Networks. And what's happening here is, and this is going to be a bigger deal and bigger story later on for Verizon. So they're going to start using the IAB backhaul. Now, a company that did something quite similar was Sprint. Sprint back then used some of their Band 41 as backhaul, but in this case, the trial and the test. So Verizon's millimeter wave 5G small cells can deliver wireless backhaul to other Verizon 5G small cells, while at the same time providing 5G access to smartphones and wireless devices. So, you know, this is a solution to certain problems in that sense. So now I'm not saying this is the entire reason, but a part of the reason why Verizon went so heavy in rural America buying 200 megahertz of C-band is not because they need a 200 megahertz of C-band there. It's because they're going to use some of that for backhaul. In a lot of those rural areas, it's harder to get fiber to the site. Now, where Verizon can do it, they're going to do the fiber to the site. That should always take priority. But there's some very rural sites where you just can't get fiber to, where this IAB backhaul is going to make a lot more sense across the board. So it's good to see that companies are starting to use this as a solution. In this case, Verizon Networks will conduct field trials of its 5G millimeter wave integrated access and backhaul IAB solution with Verizon, right? So companies are looking into it. They're trialing it, and they're like, hey, this is a good solution. This could really work out for us. So you guys have heard me say that, and this was in videos long ago, that Verizon may be onto something with millimeter wave, and them leading the pack in that regard may force everyone to kind of adapt to that millimeter wave as well, or at least at bigger scale. And, you know, we could start seeing that happen. There are still some, you know, in AT&T and T-Mobile that are like, nah, we don't really want to do the millimeter wave as big as Verizon. But you know, if Verizon continues getting these partnerships and everybody's like, hey, this might work, Verizon's like, yeah, we're willing to invest and we're willing to put in the grind, then others could potentially have to follow, because there's going to be a performance gap that mid-band just won't be able to match in some cases. So keep that in mind, right? Similar scenario took place very early on in the LTE days, right? Verizon made the announcement, hey, we're going with LTE back in 07, 08, and they started taking the lead, and everyone else was still invested in HSPA with AT&T and T-Mobile, and then Sprint was doing WiMAX, and then everybody ended up just going with what Verizon was doing. But at that time, Verizon had a huge lead already that lasted the entire duration of LTE. So now, with this millimeter wave, it could be a similar story if AT&T and T-Mobile adjusted and said, hey, look, yeah, we do have to go bigger on millimeter wave. Verizon would have such a large lead on that it would take them pretty much the entire decade trying to catch Verizon. So I'll leave this in the comment section down below so you guys can check out the article. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about it. Like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.